Home cooks of Reddit. What is your favorite, I don't feel like cooking, meal to make? I find myself reaching all the time for two things, eggs and dumplings. The eggs I cook in butter and eat plain cause I'm an animal and I just love eggs and think they're perfect on their own. Dumplings, I just buy frozen ones and sometimes I boil them with veggies into a soup, sometimes first pan fry them. At Costco, you can get big boxes of frozen stuffed chicken breast. I like the cordon Swiss, but there's also apple brie, cheese and broccoli, etc. I always have a box of these chicken breasts in the freezer. When I don't feel like cooking, I just throw one in the oven with any vegetables I have in the fridge and that's it. Very simple but also delicious and filling. Toast is entirely underrated. Whether you just put a little butter on it or fresh mozzarella with garden tomatoes, oil and vinegar, it's good. Breakfast. It's so secondhand at this point that most any breakfast meals feel easy. And they're all so good. Canned crescent rolls wrapped around sauerkraut and smoked sausage. Nachos. I always have tortilla chips in the pantry. Brown meats with seasoning and throw random things at it. Avocado, sour cream, cheese, tomato or lettuce if any. Instant ramen noodle. Pressure cooker plus box of yellow rice plus cup of water plus can of black beans plus 3 minutes plus natural release equals perfection. A can of chili which I eat with tortilla chips. 1 to 800 Domino's. Just kidding. We use the app. Ramen. It's quick, cheap and easy to always have on hand. I add in whatever veggies I have on hand, a protein like an egg or leftover chicken and whatever spices I'm feeling that day, usually garlic and crushed red pepper. Sometimes I add miso or soy sauce, and a little bit of butter always makes the broth taste much better. Grilled cheese and tomato soup. I keep the Pacific brand soup on hand and pretty much always have cheese and a loaf of bread. Panera charges $15 for what costs me $3.10 to make at home. I keep a bag of frozen pierogies in my freezer for times when I don't feel like cooking. I also keep a couple of those Uncle Ben's microwave rice packs and I mix in some tuna. My fave is the Mexican flavor with a spicy red chili tuna can. I'm a professional cook, but super lazy at home. And #X2OOB. Meatballs and gravy. Get some frozen meatballs, some pre-made gravy, cook it in the gravy for about 25 minutes, get some instant mash or rice, cook rice with chicken bouillon because it's super easy and tastes way better. Combine and boom. It tastes like basic Salisbury steak. And #X2OOB. Any microwave dinner, just cooked in the oven for an hour. Doesn't come out rubbery, evenly cooked, and when you set a timer on your phone you can forget all about it for that hour and not have to come back to it cold. And #X2OOB. If all else fails, sleep for dinner. Pasta with a lot of shredding Monterey Jack cheese, butter, and garlic salt. Scrambled eggs on toasted bread any day. Top it with a bit of salt, oregano and paprika. Smiling face with hearts. Smiling face with hearts. Smiling face with hearts. That stuff is insane. Add in some cream cheese to absolutely fucking kill it. Cook up a box of mac and cheese with a can of pork and beans on the side. Sausage with mustard on white bread and cheese. I keep frozen stuff in the freezer for this. Enchiladas. Microwave. King Ranch chicken. Microwave. Homemade tomato basil soup. Microwave. Loaded potatoes. Just grab a big potato. Bake it or nuke it for 10 minutes, cut it open, butter it, stuff it full of cheese, diced onions, shredded sandwich meat, whatever other goodies you have on hand, sprinkle some herbs on it, nuke a little more to get it all melty, top with sour cream, and enjoy. Getting over a nasty sinus infection, so I've been doing a lot of this. Cooking for 5 people. Tonight I made chicken and egg salad for sandwiches. Last night was bacon, scrambled eggs and toast. Night before, I made mac and cheese and added some chili I had in the freezer to make chili mac. I love soups when I'm sick. Basically throw in meat, seasonings, frozen veggies and go lay down while it simmers. Omelette with whatever leftover veggies and meat are available. Celeste pizza for $1. Slice kielbasa, bell peppers, onion, toss with olive oil and garlic salt. Throw on a sheet pan and into the oven at 425 F until the onions soften, then broil for 7 minutes to char a few bits. Egg and cheese sandwich. A ham and tomato sandwich. Slap some ham, mayo and sliced tomato between 2 toasted bread. 1 pot pesto broccoli pasta with almost zero prep. All you need is a 250 grams bag of pasta. I usually use macaroni, a block of cream cheese, a jar of pesto, and bag of frozen broccoli. 1. Chuck pasta and some chicken stock plus water in a saucepan. You just need enough water to cover the pasta plus about a cup extra. 2. When pasta is nearly cooked, add the bag of frozen broccoli. Add extra water if you think it needs it, but it's usually fine. 3. Let cook for another 1 to 2 minutes. Add pesto and cream cheese, and stir until sauce is thick and creamy. 4. Consume deliciousness. I have a Spanish omelette variation that is a total cheat. I use bought salsa instead of making my own. Always keep it on hand. Eggs, spinach, salsa, toast. May add cheese if I have it. Done in about 5 minutes. My absolute laziest meal is a protein bar and a beer. Chicken and pasta. Cubed chicken pieces cooked in butter, garlic, and Italian seasoning. Pasta of choice. Jarred Alfredo sauce mixed with some extra butter, a splash of chicken broth, and some extra cheese. Top with Parmesan and black pepper. It's easy, fast, and hard to fuck up, and always tastes good. Listen. Peanut butter and honey Sammy toasted in the oven. That's it. Super easy pizza. Tortillas from the cupboard. Red pasta sauce from the cupboard. Shredded cheese and leftovers from the fridge. 450 degrees until the edges brown and things are bubbling, then brown the cheese bit with the broiler. No real work and no mess. Hot ham water. Fried rice. Rice in the rice cooker. A scrambled egg, maybe some vegetables or leftover meat. Pancakes. I get the Hungry Jack buttermilk complete, so I just add water and a bit of cinnamon I get from this Amish store near me. I mix it a tad thicker than cake batter consistency, then let it sit while the pan is heating up. I put a bit of oil in the pan, then the pancake mix. You get nice, crispy edges with a fluffy yet not dense pancake. I credit my dad for teaching me the secrets to perfect pancakes. I call it poverty. It's leftover meat and whatever cheese I have microwaved together. Usually eaten with a spoon. Spaghetti with chili. Sounds gross, but that shit smacks when you're in college. Popcorn. It's surprisingly filling, surprisingly tasty when completely unseasoned, and also surprisingly healthy. Or you can put butter and sauce and salt on it and be less healthy. But it's still surprisingly filling. I am disappointed in the lack of frozen pizza on this list. Either people are completely lying, don't understand the question, or are from a different planet. But half of these answers are things that are almost as much work as a regular home meal. I don't feel like cooking tonight, so let's make an omelette. WTF. Hell no, real world would be. I don't feel like cooking. Let throw a pizza in the oven. Baked potato with leftover chili. Bangers and mash, sausages with mashed potato with onion and gravy. Tip: combine garlic, oregano and butter to your mashed potatoes for a good time. Getting so many great ideas from in here. The broccoli with cheese that you cook in the microwave. Open it up before nuking and add the pre-cooked bacon bits. Perfect for when my little minion wants food. Sandwich. Or if there's leftovers, that's easy too. Sliced deli meat straight from the bag. Who am I trying to impress? My demons. Cheese or tuna sandwich. Boil frozen veggies. Get lemon juice on them. Have with quinoa. Drain a can of tuna. Eat with defrosted frozen peas and some lemon and pepper. Fancier. Cook rice in rice cooker. Top with cold ingredients: avocado, shredded imitation crab, cucumber, pickled radish, some rice vinegar, spicy mayo, and furikake. 3-minute, California roll, bowl. Kraft mac and cheese. I call it my dirty little cheat. Fresh cracked black pepper on that and I can eat the whole box. Peanut butter straight from the jar with a spoon. Elbow pasta and cheese slices, called macaroni, and fuck it. I think my preferred, I don't want to cook, meal is being sad in bed. 2 cups washed rice. Place 4 chicken thighs and 1 large tomato into the rice cooker. Maybe throw some butter and spices in if you're feeling feisty. Fruit, typically grapes, nuts, and cheese. Truly no cooking. Anything I can throw on a sheet pan and just pop in the oven. Sometimes it's junk food like tater tots and pizza rolls. Other times I'll do a piece of fish and veggies. To me it's more about not wanting dishes and to do knife work than anything else. Cereal. Always cereal. Snack plate. Dip if some kind, crackers, some cut up veggies, olives, maybe cheese. If I don't feel like cooking, nothing is going on the stove. Buttered noodles. Boil any pasta until cooked, drain, throw in parsley, lots of butter, and maybe parmesan. Moi. Birthday cake. Frozen pizza. Me, scrolling through this thread. Write that down, write that down. Bagel bites. Portobello mushroom burger is my favorite go-to at the moment. It's quick and delicious. Although I suppose you could just make a burger lol, but I'm vegetarian. Sautéed mushrooms. Rice bowls. Towards the end of the week I'm usually tired of being in the kitchen and the leftovers in the fridge need to be eaten ASAP. I make a huge pot of rice and heat up what leftovers we have in the fridge and let the kids take their pick. There's almost always some meat I can shred or cut up so everyone can have some, and there are always, at the very least, some raw or cooked veggies so it works out. Occasionally, I have to soft boil a few eggs to top it off, but it has always been a good way to prevent wasting food and everyone has a full belly at the end of the day. Our grocery budget has tripled since the kids have been home all day, so every little bit helps, and it has also pushed them to try and make new food combinations that they wouldn't normally eat. We have witnessed a new love of Brussels sprouts and spinach in the pickiest of eaters and also went through an enormous amount of soy sauce and sriracha. Sauce and bread. Hey, babe, feel like barbecue. It's like magic. I just make a side. If you mean you don't want to apply heat to the house, charcuterie like stuff and salads. Eggs, omelette, but that's already been said. Second up would be tilapia, or really any white fish, covered in Cajun seasoning over a bed of greens. Can be thawed, cooked in less than 10 minutes and healthy too. Homemade mac and cheese. Pound of cheddar melted with milk, fill to 3/4 of the pot, with a dash of flour added at the end. Mix with noodles and a crushed bag of Ruffles chips. Sprinkle Munster on top and broil for 3 minutes or so. I like to make sausage with rice. Pancakes or popcorn. Haven't had this in a while, but we used to have sub night. Sub rolls, deli sandwich meat, toppings and condiments. Beano's sub dressing. Even better if you get the bread from your local sub place. Tuna fish salad. Stew. Take whatever things I have sitting around the house, toss it in a pot and put it to simmer for pretty much the entire day. I'll make a massive pot and just let it sit on the stovetop for a few days until it's gone. Slow cook beef stew. Do that shit half away at like 5 a.m. and let it go all day. Naan bread pizza. 1 naan round with a spoon of sauce and a small handful of cheese. Chuck in the toaster oven for 5 minutes. So yummy and fast. Pasta bake. Semi-cooked pasta plus sauce plus cheese. Oven for 20 minutes equals 3 days of delicious meals. Bonus points if you can muster up the effort of chopping up a courgette and a pepper and whacking that in. England and Ireland are gonna come for me, but fuck it. Half-assed cottage pie. Brown some ground beef, season it well, add some Heinz 57 and minced onions from the spice aisle, some celery seed if you have it. A can of that peas and carrots mix, maybe a can of corn, a gravy mix, and boxed mashed potatoes with sour cream and seasoning salt. Throw the potatoes on top of the meat and vegetables. Add cheese if you feel like it. Bake at 350 and eat. Quiches without the bread. Just mix bacon or ham, some onions, chopped mushrooms, spinach, eggs, milk. Put some salt and pepper. Can do it after 2. Pour in muffin pan that you line with butter. Pop in the oven. You can do this even in oven toasters, so it's very easy prep, and easy to eat too. Oh, you can put cheese on top if you like. The beauty of cooking lazily is you can put whatever you want. Or whatever you have in your pantry at the very least. My fellow Australians, imagine this. You're driving home after a big slog at work in the summer heat when you see that glowing green sign in the distance. You're welcomed into Woolies by a cold blast of air as you walk through the doors. Head towards the deli. Grab a roast chook, coleslaw or pasta salad, lettuce and the cheapest white rolls you can get. Get home, eat some hot chicken skin, then make a roll and put your feet up. Life feels good, life feels right. Thanks for watching. See you later.